In this video, we are covering a massive weapon, the 80-20 rule. Now, if you've never heard about this rule, you're blessed, because by the time we are finished here, you'll be equipped with one of the best weapons that will transform your life, both in business and elsewhere. Even if you heard about this rule, what I noticed working with multiple business owners is that even those people who understand this rule don't take full advantage of it. They're far from it. Like, I'd say 20% of business owners understand what this rule is. They know about the rule, but only 20% within this 20% really understand how it works and use it in their business properly. Now, if you use this rule, if you take it to the next level and use this rule properly in your business, you'll see massive results and improvement in your business in all facets of it, and it'll be fast. Because what this rule does, as Vilfredo Pareto, Italian engineer, discovered, is it basically 20% of your effort generates 80% of the results. Now, the numbers are not the exact. It could be 10% of your efforts and 90% of the results, or 30% of your effort and 70% of the results. The numbers are not, it could be 5 and 95. Okay? It could be 35-65. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the fact that by doing small amount of work, you're getting the most important outcomes, the most important results with less effort. Now, let's look at some examples here. Now, let's start with some typical business use cases. If you start paying attention, you'll notice that 20% of your marketing efforts generate 80% of the leads. Or another example could be, you'll notice that if you think about your business right now, you'll probably agree that approximately 20% of your customers account for 80% of the sales in your business. And conversely, 80% of the customers only generate the remaining 20% of the income. Another example could be your web pages. If you have a website and if you install a tracking tool, you'll notice that 20% of your web pages account for 80% of visitors, 80% of traffic. Now, what it means to you as a business owner, you don't have to focus on your whole website. You can only focus on those 20% of the pages and save so much time by not having to overhaul the whole thing. Now, another example is, we go back to customers again. 20% of the customers are probably generate 80% of complaints and give you so much headache. And it's only, if you think about it, you'll agree that there are certain people who will be ready to spend days and days of your time for a tiny issue around a $5 product or service. Now, we've all experienced those kind of customers. And the best way to deal with them is to fire them, to use this rule in this way. Now, another example could be, and this is massive, everyone understands this. So 20% of the population owns 80% of the money. Or if you take it, it's probably not 20-80, it's closer to 10-90, but you get the idea. In a moment, we're going to delve into the most exciting part about the 80-20 rule. Now, you'll be amazed at what you're going to learn, but let's go back to our example of how the 80-20 rule applies to a website. Now, the 5% of the people, of the business owners I work with, understand how to use their website to generate income. And the remaining 95% have no idea. They don't understand their ROI, and they might know a bit of their numbers, but they're clueless in most cases. And they use their website as an online business card. They're so busy they have no time to transform their online business card into a money-generating machine, a proven marketing system that generates leads day in, day out, and actually is responsible for making a lot of money and bringing a lot of extra income to their business. Now, and this is a sad part. It's not even 80-20, it's 95-5. And it's a good example of how this rule works in business. Now, let's go back to this exciting part of the 80-20 rule. So we're going to talk about the 80-20 rule within the 80-20 rule. That's where it gets really exciting. So to understand this, you got to understand it's fractal. So the 80-20 rule works within the 80-20 rule. So if you look at the 20% of something, and you can further split it into 80-20. And then you look at the remaining 20, and you can further split it into 80-20. So it will be 20 out of the 20 out of the 20. So let's look at the example. Let's say that you have a product or service that is $250. So the 80% of your customers will be happy to pay $250 for this product or service. But what you'll notice is that there'll be 20% of your customers who will be able to spend 4 times more. They'll be able to spend $1,000 provided that the value is better. But then you look at these people, the 20% of them will spend 4 times more. They'll spend $4,000 provided that the value of the product or service is exceptional. And the perceived value, their experience, and the total value is worth it. They'll happily pay $4,000. Now, if you look at these people, 20% of them will likely spend $16,000 if you create super exceptional, valuable, amazing experience for them. So you see, you always have those customers who will spend days and days of your time to buy a $5 product. But you will also find customers who will happily spend thousands and thousands of dollars provided that you give them this service or product. And you can think about all of these expensive shops in a shopping center that you live in the city you live in, and you'll agree that some people do buy expensive stuff. So don't get caught up on numbers here. The numbers could be totally different. The idea here is to understand that your customers are not average. Some of them will not be able to spend money, but others, the 20 within 20 within 20, will happily spend more money provided that you have a better product or service. So the question is, can you use the 80-20 within the 80-20 to create a product or service that will satisfy those customers who have money, and can you take advantage of this rule? The 80-20 rule is exceptionally powerful. And if you apply it, if you use it in your operations, how you perform day in, day out, it will make a massive difference in your life and in your business. It will save you so much time and energy. But if you think about how to apply this rule in all other areas of your business, such as marketing and sales, and how to apply the 80-20 within the 80-20, you'll get exceptional results. You just need to think about it and get your head around of the 80-20 within the 80-20, and think about all areas of your business, and you will start noticing measurable improvements fast.